So LeBron joins Pat McAfee. So LeBron joins Pat McAfee, and he sits down. They have a LeBronversation. That's what he called it.
That's stupid. That does not roll off the tongue well at all, and I don't like that. That's not a thing. Don't try to make fetch a thing.
And so I thought this was kind of like really important to point out with this before we kind of get into everything. LeBron doesn't do interviews like this.
Especially, what kind of interview was it?
I'm talking about he sat down. He's at the place with them. He's not doing it over the video. He's actually sitting down in studio with them, like being part of the crew. He doesn't normally. He's done that for a few guys here and there. A lot of them been his ex-teammates, but you don't really see unless it's like an ESPN type of interview, you know, where it's NBA and all that stuff kind of all planned. It's kind of a curated thing. You don't see LeBron do like interviews like this. And so he was kind of going off, and he took his sights on Stephen A.
Of course, because you was talking about my son.
And also Stephen A. was on Gil's Arena, which is another up and coming
sports
platform. Compared to Pat McAfee. And that's basically where he got all his shit off. And it kind of really erupted from that standpoint. So I thought it was interesting seeing that he went to Pat McAfee, but I want y'all to take a listen to what he actually had to say about Stephen A. Because it was highly disrespectful. He went at bro head.
I like that. I like the messiness in the sports. That's my favorite part. I live for the drama.
It's obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit. That
Here to
feels
laugh?
like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're watching it.
Yep.
We're all seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
We're all. You're seeing it as well. It's,
No, this
So hold on, I'm going to pause it right here. Stephen A. also had an issue with Pat McAfee, the guy who's on his show, because they both on ESPN.
Link with the ops and let's talk some shit. I love it. Also,
No,
I think it's a choice specifically choosing a white woman.
It's a white
Let's go.
man.
No, Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Taylor
oh.
Swift reference.
Wake it up.
Yeah.
Okay, you doing the science. All right.
literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
yeah, we're viral. You would be not to
Motherfucker,
talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's
I know
and
you
like,
don't like that.
another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair and his tidy whities
He gonna
on the
rub
couch.
his feet together.
I hope
You see, you got tidy
whities.
whities.
Do get a chance.
Yeah,
to
like,
get, but you're right. They're a little bit-
dude, like relax, bro. Like relax.
So that was heat. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
He came at Stephen A. head.
Look, he didn't come at him as much as you made it seem like. I thought he was about to get disrespectful.
Oh, I mean, come on, it's LeBron at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's still gonna behave like a upstanding black man.
Yeah, but like this right there, like in his world, that is like some of the most, like you said, the white woman comment, comparing him to a white woman.
He said he gonna take his fat ass to get some ice cream and rub his feet together on the couch while he watch me talk about him because he's obsessed with me.
He put him in tidy whities. Like he really is shaming this man to
He
a degree.
said they loose and they got stains.
He said they dirty. He said you and the dirty tidy whities mad at me because I'm mad and happy for me that I'm talking about you. And so he goes on a lot more. I'm gonna play another
messy.
clip. I'm gonna play him some more clips because LeBron was letting the clip.
I like that,
unload on
LeBron.
folks.
I like that a lot.
But I'm not mad at the response either because, like I said, this is totally out of his behavior. When it came to him and Skip Bayless, he never addressed Skip. Even to this day, he let Skip just fall off on his own. And now Skip is up into the abyss and whatnot. linking up with Stephen A. and other people to try to, salvage some type of relevancy. But he let him die. LeBron never touched it.
I think it's different because was Skip talking about his son? Like
No.
it wasn't.
It was always
wasn't
about
that
him.
era yet. Yeah,
it was always. But I'm saying for 20 years, Skip Bayless made a living off of taking down LeBron James. Never got a word of it.
That was his brand.
Of course, there's argument to say that, hey, if he would have spoke to Skip or spoke about Skip or whatever, that would have only made Skip's persona bigger. But damn it, if you're gonna make $4 million, $5 million a year doing it, damn, how much bigger could you have made him?
So I have a random question for you since you just said that. Do you think that LeBron is addressing Stephen A because he doesn't mind? He doesn't mind kind of like giving him that platform too because he's black. He's like, if I'm going to address somebody, let me address a black man and give him some like residual clout.
I don't think it's residual clout. I think that because it's not that he doesn't go at any white people. There's a clip I'm about to play where he actually goes at another white journalist.
Okay.
But I do feel there's a comfortability to attack another black man. And I think this one was just he threw under the bus because
you think it's the opposite?
No, I think there's a comfortability that he could do to attack another black man. But I think he threw in this white person as a kind of, let me make sure I do both so they don't try to pull that card. Because this person never said what LeBron said. LeBron really just lied on this nigga. But Brian Windhorst is a sports reporter who's made fame, is basically been covering LeBron James since he was a young guy. And so most people, that's what they know him as. He's always spoke favorably of LeBron. He's kind of always been in like LeBron's pocket. And so for LeBron to kind of go at him and say this was kind of wild. So I'm going to play it here.
I see a lot of shit too. Like I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like a clip.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
Right? He was on your high
Yeah,
school
this
team.
guy was like, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird. But
when you hear somebody like
Shady. Oh no, that is crazy. LeBron, this man is literally about to go jump off a bridge now because you said that.
Nigga called him weird. He ends up going on saying like he tried to, basically what made him upset was there was a comment where he was talking about LeBron, about why he wore number 23 and why he signed with Nike. And he was saying he signed with Nike because he wanted to follow in Jordan's footsteps. He was like, no, I signed with Nike because they gave me $90 million for 7 years and I got my mom out the hood the next day. So that's when he was just trying to like.
They gave me the most money.
So he was, I think to me, because Wendy never said they was best friends. So I think that was just him throwing a shot at another guy in-house in ESPN because he knew if he just shot at Stephen A, it was going to get painted as, oh, you good at attacking the black guy, but you're not going to attack none of these white journalists.
Who've been going at you
because he was going
forever.
after Shaq. He had some subliminals for Shaq.
What did he say about Shaq? Because I thought it might have just been friendly.
It was that Shaq and Charles Barkley, but no, he was like, some of y'all guys was just bigger and stronger than everybody else. Y'all really didn't have no skill.
I mean, yeah, was that not the running like joke about Shaq? Was that he was just big?
He was the most dominant player, but he's undermining that and saying that's why I was able to play for so long because I actually have skill and I'm still big, strong, fast as everybody. Like,
is he incorrect?
He's correct, but he's
talk your shit. Like what?
he wearing his crown. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Period. You are a superior man who's better than all of these niggas. You've been playing for God knows how long. This is unprecedented. Your son is now in the NBA. You know what I was thinking about the other day? It would be much more interesting for me if Bronny succeeded than if he didn't. Because imagine after your father being your father and the type of player he was, you come into the NBA and you even get a glimmer of the career he had. That's insane. 2 black men back to back.
I mean, that's a good story.
The documentary I would be in tears the entire time. Imagine if Bronny has a extremely successful career in the NBA, dynasty, yeah. And then that documentary that'll come out, and then Savannah sitting there. Period. Cause period, bitch. Cause nobody can say shit about you then. Like, I would love that. That's what I'm rooting for now because
that's what you want to see.
That's a way more interesting story to me than if he just like is mid.
I mean, more than likely it's gonna be the last.
No, but I want it.
We're gonna root for the good
I
story.
want the like glimmering, like crazy once in a lifetime story to happen. It's gonna be much more interesting that way.
All right, so I like I said, I watched this whole interview, so I want to just give you some of my like bigger takeaways. LeBron is really comfortable around white people. I'm not gonna hold you. He was like, if you listen to the way he was talking to them, it wasn't like how a lot of these guys would be. They'll have like maybe nervous. You'll hear them speaking lower than normal or higher than normal or like an animated version of. LeBron was chilling with these folks.
He wasn't code switching at all.
It was no type of code switch. He was swearing when he wanted to.
I respect that.
He was stopping when other people were talking. I'm not even talking about just Pat. Like when his other people started talking and saying, he would let them say what they had to say. It wasn't like nobody's cutting them off or anything. But he was giving people room to speak and things like that. It was like he was really comfortable in the room.
A level-headed human who respects people.
I don't know if it's a level-headed human that respects people, but he was cool in the room. But to speak to the other part of this, and I know it's gonna sound crazy me saying this.
They used to it.
But white boys can ride dick. I'm not gonna hold you. Like that's literally all they was doing.
You didn't even pause that after?
Oh, my bad. Pause. They was literally.
nigga.
I saw a video that was like, if you're not comfortable in your masculinity, you're not gonna say pause. So I'm comfortable in my masculinity, so
You
I gotta
are.
say pause.
You are.
But
You gotta pause.
But I'm
that.
saying
sorry.
they was riding it the whole interview. Like the whole room took a turn. Like it was like they all sat on ice packs and they knew they was gonna take a turn riding it.
Let me ask you a question. If we had the privilege of interviewing LeBron, would we both not be riding it?
I don't know
The entire interview?
This is what I feel like. Because I don't feel like speaking highly of somebody.
Because I'd be.
Jesus Christ. Like what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? I'm saying I don't think speaking highly of somebody is riding for them, but when they speak out of turn or incorrect about something, and for me, if I don't speak up, to me that feels like I'm taking a part of myself to make you happy, and that comes off like riding to me, and I can never ride. You know what I'm saying? That's not the type of dude I am.
Yeah, I know.
But
that's why I love you and I respect you.
Salute. But I think that I understand why these guys be going to these kind of venues like Drake. A lot of these big time acts go to these kind of white spaces. Like even with the Trump and Andrew Schultz interview, like those guys know how to ride. Like all time riders. Like elite level. Like it's almost like porn star level. Like these type of riding performances that these gentlemen can do. It's impeccable.
Do you think white men are more secure in their masculinity than black men are?
I don't think that's why they ride. I don't think it has nothing to do with security of their masculinity. I think they just fall in line because they know this is for the betterment of whatever, movement they're pushing at the time. Because we're all just talking about people in media right now.
I just cooked with that question.
That was a good question. But I think that, like I said,
You could have been messy. You didn't take it.
I just don't feel like I honestly just truly just don't feel like that's the guy. I just think they have an understanding and professionalism that I think maybe goes above and beyond, because not only did LeBron do this conversation with him, he's spoken with like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback who's been really good for a long time. And I think that's another reason why LeBron picked this platform. And I think that's one thing we should probably highlight too with this. Not only is the riding why he picked this platform, but other athletes that are, in other sports have used this platform as a opportunity to speak to the masses. So Aaron Rodgers used to do during the NFL season like a Tuesday show or Wednesday show with him. So this is known, like this is where you would want to go to. The question I do want to ponder a little bit with this before we wrap up: should LeBron have considered a black space? Because one could say he could go to Gil's Arena where this was all, going back and forth at.
But why would he go to Gil's Arena after oh boy already just did that? Like
True.
What other option is there? Because I don't think that's a good option regardless of how you shake it.
I'll bring this up right here because Gil's Arena actually, they do an episode every day. So they talked about and reacted to this. And Rashad McCants had brought this up regarding maybe who should probably be the most upset about this interview. So
like I would say maybe potentially like a Club Shay Shay.
You might be on to something, Farrah. You might be on to something. Give me 1 second.
I think that would probably have been the most fitting.
Graduated the jar club.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Oh, okay. He said he feels sorry for Shannon Sharp.
And what does Shannon Sharp have to do?
You know, Shannon Sharp really liked LeBron.
Shannon Sharp is a LeBron James.
And LeBron went to Pat McAfee and didn't go to Shay Shay.
Did not pull up the club shirt.
You know, everybody would be virtual. You'd be going hard, glazing for LeBron, and then he don't come had a conversation with you. That's weird.
He couldn't come. He didn't want to come into that environment. You know?
He was want a safe environment.
He already showed him what it is. You know, he's what?
Club
Gotta be
Shay Shay is a
safe.
environment.
Nah. You know, I'm just saying. You know,
What you saying?
how long Big Stephen A. gonna keep talking about it, and your boss gonna keep talking about this LeBron shit? You know, just please tell me.
Wait a minute. LeBron is up there talking about LeBron.
Cause he had to.
No, he didn't.
He did. What did he say? He went on a Taylor Swift tour, and it started here at Django Unchained with y'all. It was 2.0. Django Unchained, two niggas on the NAD, just. Yes, boss. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Charlie. Yeah. Just. No, I ain't that too, motherfucker. Oh,
hey, y'all.
So I want to just kind of point this out here.
He was calling they show Django Unchained.
He was saying, yeah, basically it started here in regards to Stephen A. going crazy and saying everything he said about Bron, and then forcing LeBron to find a platform to go to. I think it's interesting that he didn't pick, you know, like we said, Shannon, either Gil's Arena, or maybe even like somebody. I know some people say Joe Budden podcast. I think there's a reason why. I mean, or even if you want to get into all the other NBA players, you know, former who have podcasts, like a lot of people have gotten their name off of like kicking mud at LeBron. You know, Joe Budden show has done that. They done made comments about Bronny and Bron. Even though you know, Shannon has been, you know, a supporter of Bron. If I'm Bron, I could feel like I still don't like the way you get your money, because you always got to sit next to a nigga that's talking down on me.
Yeah, but if you sitting next to the nigga who made his career off talking down on me, and you made every single time you were the opposite and the opposite voice, and you were going at bat for me, then I don't think I'm gonna be mad at you for where you sat.
I can see that where you went from Skip Bayless to Stephen A. working with both of them, who I'm at odds with. Mm-hmm. The way that you get your money, I have a problem with. Because every time, cool, you can talk about me. There's a lot of people who do shows talking good about me, but they ain't have to sit next to somebody who has to shit on me every day. Mm-hmm. And that's what you choose to do. So you are an enabler of it. So I say, I'm not saying that he should feel that way. I can just understand if there's a world where he does feel that way.
Yeah, I understand that.
And then you go to Gil Arenas, even though Gil has been very positive, there's people on that couch who have not been.
Yeah. And
then there's also, like I said, you can go into Kevin Garnett and his history with LeBron, why he may not want to do his show. I think the only other person he could have sat down with would have been Carmelo Anthony, because him and Carmelo Anthony have had a pretty good arrangement going on. Mm-hmm. But his show's not as nowhere close as big as Pat McAfee.
I was about to say that. Nobody really, like, I haven't seen that show pop up and like go viral or anything at all.
For Pat McAfee or just Carmelo?
Carmelo.
Oh, yeah. It's been a minute since he had a really big viral push for his show. Mm-hmm. But no,
I feel like he can. Like, first of all, get Lala on there.
I think she did. She was on there once.
She's a host. She knows how to work the camera.
She was on there when they was talking to his son, when they did an episode all together for his selection.
They're so cute.
But no, again, I don't know if there's a lot of places that he could choose that he could go to, though, honestly. Like, his hands were kind of tied if we're talking about media spaces that are that big. And I can see this having like bigger ramifications, like larger, because you haven't seen Bron on any of these other guys' shows. I think that needs to be highlighted.
Is that because he has his own show?
I mean, you could argue that being a reason.
And then the people that he wants to talk to and the people that he wants to have conversations with, he just invites them on. Like, how many episodes? Like, how long is it a consistent show, or is it just
they have seasons? They have seasons. It goes in and out, because it used to be on HBO, and then they brought it on, just kept it on YouTube, and because it's not necessarily funded by somebody, They don't do it, weekly. It's just
Yeah,
they
and
may have like
he's a busy man.
yeah, they have like areas they may do like 2 weeks in a row. Things like different sporadic drops with it, but they usually do a pretty good promo about it.
I feel like that might be a reason.
I mean, that's one reason why, but still, even other people who have platforms go and do other people's platforms. And I think that because a lot of these men have made their bones either taking shots at Bron, he's seen that, and that's just the only way that he was really going to move. And some people can call that lame. I don't call that lame because like, even especially after Kobe's passing, I think a lot of people took that as an opportunity to use that to take shots at him, to be like, oh yeah, I mean, but you ain't Kobe. And now I can't say nothing about that publicly.
Yeah, because he's not here.
Yeah. You sound crazy.
Yeah. And he would never do that.
No, I don't think so.
Especially now that he's a Laker. Like, there's no way he can ever say anything negative about Kobe ever.
Yeah. So I just think that he was in a rough spot. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, he's just, working with the white man. But I think there was a lot of strategic reasons picking McAfee again with him, his beef with Stephen A, being in ESPN, so basically saying I'm in your house, but not in your house. Like, it's just a lot of different chess moves with that. So we'll see how this progresses. Whatchamacallit did have something to say. Stephen A did respond on his podcast. So,
I was gonna say, do you think that he did the white podcast because the white boys be riding dick more, and he don't want to do a podcast with somebody who was at one point an op?
I mean, I think that's a reason.
And the white boys were not at one point an op because they ride dick so well.
Yeah, I think that's a reason. I think that was what I was kind of stating on with the Drake and why you see a lot of people do safer media, which is usually tends to be more white people because they don't have a problem giving that to their audience.
I don't know about Drake. That white boy went on and played a bunch of op songs because he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. Like, yeah, that's a platform you shouldn't have been on.
And put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
What are we talking about, Steven?
They saying if LeBron would have touched him at the game, he would have swung on him.
So if LeBron did a shoulder.
He said if that man would have put his hands on me, I would have swung on him.
Put his hands on you how? Like
that,
in a violent way? Okay.
You seen the clip, right?
Well, no.
When he stepped to him on the sideline, we talked about that.
Oh yeah. I thought there was a different situation. Like, of course, if somebody attacks you, you defend yourself. You just being messy at this point, Steven. Like, and then we know LeBron would wash you. Like, this man has been running sprints up and down a court for goddamn 3 decades. And you think you, with your chips and your ice cream and your tidy whities on the bed, is going you think you can defend yourself against LeBron? He's literally gonna dog walk you. Mop you with the floor.
Yo, Stephen A, you funny, dog. You funny.
He is funny though. He's highly entertaining.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You funny as hell.
I would pay premium dollar to watch him and LeBron fight physically.